Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how you can use your PlayStation VR with your PC so you can play some VR games on Steam or whatever. Uh, Let me just tell you this is going to be a short process. It's not a long video, so I'm just going to tell you things that matter and what to do and what not to do. Also, one other thing that using your PlayStation VR instead of your Oculus or your HTC Vive, it's not ideal to use your PlayStation VR to play games. You cannot expect a full experience. You cannot get that out of it, but it gets the job done, right? So that's what we're looking for. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna download this software called TRINUS. You're gonna use the PSVR version. You're gonna click here. You're gonna download this one. I have already downloaded it. So I can show you guys. I'll also put down the link in the description below for your easy access. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run it. We're gonna install it. All right, I'm gonna take you step by step here. We're gonna accept the license agreement. Okay, so this is what I need you to do, right? I wish I could make this bigger. Okay, don't worry. I'll zoom in. Okay, so this is the process. Okay, so don't worry about this one right now. You know how to connect this one, right? So you don't need this HDMI is optional. You forget about it, right? So what you do need is your PlayStation HDMI, which connects through your box here and goes back to your HDMI on your GPU in this case. And this USB is very important. So there are some USB issues. I will get into that later. People have been having problem with that. So yeah, we'll just press next here. You might want to install this on your inside your Steam. So it goes inside your Steam Steam apps folder, common, Steam VR. So just try to make sure you actually do this here, because if you don't, it might cause some problems and you don't want to run into it. So we're just going to press OK, check. That don't work. Okay, we're gonna do it again. So games, Steam apps, common, Steam VR. Click it. Okay, now we're done. Okay, so we press next. Yeah, okay, I actually had it, so I wanted to delete it, but okay, never mind. So you're gonna start the software and make sure you run it with administrator, which I didn't do. There we go. Alright, when TRINUS, whatever you want to call it, when it runs up, ignore what you see on the main screen. Just go directly into the advanced tab. Next to PSVR driver, click install. It's just going to check if the driver is running properly. It usually does. Click finish, you're good to go. Make sure that this checkbox is checked out. Like, you need to check it, because this helps this program run the VR application from the Steam automatically when everything loads up from the headset, which I will tell you how to do later. So I want you to connect everything as it's showing in this picture, except this. You don't need this, right? So turn on your headset. Make sure your lights are turning blue on your PSVR. So I'm gonna go into the display option. So my VR is set up. It's turning. The headset has blue lights on it, and now you see I have a second display. My first display seems smaller because I'm using a 22-inch monitor, and this I don't have a lot of resolution options to choose from, so I'm gonna leave it at default. But recommended options are your 1920 by 1080 resolution. So if you have a better monitor display, make sure you have this on both of your displays. But the main and the only thing that I want you to change in this is to duplicate these display. I'm gonna accept the changes. You can come back later when you've set everything is working fine. You have your visibility in your VR. You can extend the display, play around with the settings, but for now you really need to duplicate the displays. Next thing I want you to do is go into your graphic card settings. Right now I am using a Radeon, so you might be using NVIDIA, so you probably have different settings, but every GPU has this settings. So you're going to go into your settings, you're going to go into display, so you go down to your pixel format and make sure you have this setting 4 to 4 to 4.
2 plus 2 is 4.
I usually use the limited one, but it doesn't matter, right? So you go into display 2, make sure the setting again is 444 pixel format, and you save your settings however you can. Okay, so at this point I'm gonna hope that you already have Steam installed in your computer, because if you don't, then I don't know what you're doing here.
What the hell are you doing out here, Fred? How did you get out here?
Alright, let's go back to this option. Notice there's a hover here, just click it. Make sure the tool is checked, because in your library, usually this option is... Okay, what happened? Usually this option is not checked. So you need to check this option so you get a lot of these games and these drivers and these applications here that you normally don't see. You go down to SteamVR, you click it. I have already installed this. This is about 2 GB. It won't take you that long to download this. Once you have, don't launch it, because if you remember in the TRINUS we already checked an application to automatically run this tool once it's set up. Alright, we're good to go. We have our PSVR turned on. We are running TRINUS on, we are running it as administrator, and we have already downloaded the SteamVR application on Steam, but we have not run it yet. So what we're going to do is make sure this option is selected to SteamVR. There are a bunch of options here, but you don't need to pay attention to them right now. Just make sure it's this option. Headset display should be 1, because it won't show you any other option, because we have already duplicated the display. But if later on you decide to extend the display, you need to change this to the respective display, whatever is you're going to be secondary display. Alright, back to the USB issue. So probably right now when you put your headset on, you see the USB cable and there's a cross next to it, and you can try to plug in your USB to a 2.0 or a 3.0 outlet. Sometimes that helps, but in the end you're still probably going to get the same error. Now don't worry about it, let it be. Press start, and if it presses start, and if you notice here it says calibrating sensors. So right now you need to have your headset on a stable level surface, so it starts calibrating its sensors. Don't move it. If this starts without any issues, then you will notice that the USB has probably disappeared, the error has disappeared. If not, then you need to check your USBs again. Okay, my screen is flickering, something's happening, it's calibrating. Notice that it's automatically running the SteamVR as soon as it's ready to run. You're just gonna click anywhere and hold on for a second.
A few moments later.
Okay, great. What you see on the screen is exactly what I'm seeing in the VR right now. So I'm trying to move my head left and right. Yes, I know my head seems like it's dropped on the floor, but these are settings I'll show you how to change. Right click and you will see a room setup. So you need to click this and another window will pop up. Okay, here we go. This is the room setup. So you need to choose this option depending on how much room or space you have. Select this option. Just do standing only. Just follow what they do. I don't know what this is. So yeah, just okay. Press this calibrating center. So you need to have this around your chest or something. Just make sure it's pointing directly to the space ahead of you. Press next. Okay, these are a bunch of options here. You can either put it on the ground as it says and type 0, or you can simply put your height here in centimeters or inches. I found it working better adjusting the height here, but you need to play around with this, so just do whatever you want. Yeah, press next and you're almost probably done. Again, then you need to calibrate your sensors again by running TRINUS. So let's see. Yep, that's about it. So this is the software that I use to play games on my computer using a controller. I use a PlayStation 4 controller, but I reckon an Xbox controller will probably work as well. So let me just show you. When you go into the main screen here, you're going to have to connect your controller with your cable, and it shows up here. So yeah, you can just go in and build a new profile. You can just press X on your controller and it will show you all the keys that you can bind into. I mean, it's pretty easy. It gives you a lot of flexibility. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any problems, just post it in the comments and I will try to get back to you. I hate this stage. I really don't like it. Oh, no. Oh my god, that was the fastest knockout ever. Oh, whoa.